Hey, welcome back to my channel. So we're in kind of a different setting because I didn't really have time to kind of like get ready because I usually like put makeup and stuff on. You can probably see that there's toys and just my house is kind of a mess. And yeah, I wanted like a little bit of lighting so I didn't look too scary without makeup. So, you know, I'm just sitting on a little person chair and it's really uncomfortable because I'm like, you know, 37 weeks pregnant and feel like I'm the size of the house. But I really wanted to get on here and film this video for you guys like before, you know, I deliver. And because I thought this would be kind of fun and informative. I'm hoping actually to get like 1 or 2 more videos out before I deliver, but we'll see because we might actually have an induction date soon, but I will definitely keep you guys updated on my Instagram. I'll link it below on the screen. You guys should definitely follow me there because I'll be updating about the pregnancy. But today we're not actually going to be talking too much about the pregnancy and any updates. I don't know why I keep like moving, but whatever. But today I actually wanted to talk about all the like stuff that I do / take to help like start labor, help get your body ready for labor. If I'm out of breath, it's because, you know, I'm pregnant. So I wanted to talk about dates first because this is actually a new one. My midwife and I were talking the other day and she was like, "Oh, have you been taking your dates?" And I was like, "My dates?" I literally thought she was like talking about like going on a date, and I was like, "What?" But you know, it's because my pregnant brain like doesn't work. She's like, no, are you eating 5 or 6 dates a day? And I was like, no, like what is, and then I'm like, what is a date? Is it a plum? Is it like a plum? Like, I don't even know. But I picked these up at my local grocery store and I feel like they were like $3 or $4. And she said, and then I was also looking up online at, I'll link it down below. It's called evidencebasedbirth.com. It's a really great website, that there is evidence based on that eating 5 to 6 dates a day after your 30, I think it's after your 36 weeks, can help soften and like get your cervix kind of ready for labor. It doesn't necessarily like start labor, it just helps soften your cervix for labor. Now, if you don't like dates, which I mean, they definitely aren't like the best, and I kind of feel a little bit like, ooh, after I eat them, but I really want to try it. Or I'm not try it, like I am trying it. I am having my normal kind of like prodromal, I don't know if I'm saying that right, like contractions now that I'm 37 weeks. I do like get a lot of that type of stuff and just a lot of like pressure and the lightning crotch that everybody talks about, and that's like pretty normal for me. But most of the time it stops like if I change position or like lay down or rest or something. If I do a ton of walking, you know, they'll like start up again. And that's another thing, like walking is like a big helper to start labor, like standing up, squatting, getting, you know, gravity to really help bring things down. So obviously like you should ask your healthcare provider before taking any of these things, but evening primrose oil, these are like in pretty decent sized tablets. Let me take one out. Yeah, like they're pretty big. I'm not really good like pill swallower, but you can actually insert these, and I think you do like once a day, and it's supposed to help soften your cervix, not necessarily start labor. It's just supposed to soften, which will then, you know, help labor to start on its own. You can pretty much get these at like you can get them like on Amazon. I'll link it down below. And you can also take these orally as well. I've always taken them orally just because the oil thing, like, I don't know, it just, for some people it's really uncomfortable, and I'm one of those people. And then one of my favorite things to do, I don't know if you can tell, but this is pineapple, is to eat pineapple. And to get my second son to like join the world, essentially, I literally ate like a whole pineapple, and the next day I went into labor. I don't know if it's like, you know, actually accurate, but they do say that there is something in the pineapple that can help start labor. And with this surrogacy, which I was thinking of making another video on this, but with this surrogacy, it's a little different. After transfer, I ate the pineapple core for 4 days. So you're like supposed to cut the core up into 4 pieces, and you're supposed to eat it in the morning or whenever for 4 days after the transfer. And it's supposed to help with implantation. Now, I'm 37 weeks with a surrogate baby. I don't know if it helped. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't, but I definitely would recommend it because I feel like it didn't hurt. Now, with actual pregnancy and like trying to start labor, you don't want to eat the core. You want to actually eat, you know, like what you normally eat. The not core, if that makes sense. So those are kind of like some of the things that I've been doing. They also say like spicy foods and sex and, you know, just like, or orgasm, stuff like that can kind of help, since, you know, that's all part of that area. Really, ultimately, like there really isn't just like one thing that will like completely make you go into labor, besides like Pitocin and going to the hospital and having them induce you. But I think a big part of it too is like visualizing your labor and like really getting your mind in that place of like, okay, we need to start labor. Like think about labor, think about contractions, think about bringing the baby down, like just visualize yourself in labor, and that will help kind of get your body ready to go. At least that's, you know, kind of what I think of. And I think there is something to be said about talking to your baby and telling your baby, hey, you know, you need to come out now, like mom's getting really uncomfortable. I mean, this isn't our baby, so I obviously like won't be talking to the baby like that, but you know, I think being like, okay, your parents are ready to see you, you need to think about coming out, like, you know, get in the right position. If you haven't seen my previous videos, definitely go see them, but she's not breech anymore, so thank God. Like her head is pressing on my cervix and doing what it needs to do. And I think another thing too is like try not to stress too much about it. Like baby's gonna get here when he or she is ready, and you know, the more you stress about it, the more stressful it's just going to be, which isn't good for anybody. So I also think, you know, trying to just relax and take care of yourself, eat healthy, get a little exercise in, and rest is like an important thing to be doing at this point in your pregnancy. I think if there's like anything else that I've like done, I've always like, there's this other thing that I want to try, but like I don't live in like really an area that has a lot of these, but I guess it's when you walk on a sidewalk, but you're walking like half on the sidewalk and half off, so that you're like uneven. And I don't know if I can like explain it. I'll see if I can like find a link to it like down below, but it's supposed to help do something with your cervix. So I don't know if it really does work, but I feel like for me, my driveway is really steep, so I'll like walk up and down my driveway, and that kind of like helps. Sorry, I thought somebody was here. That kind of helps bring the contractions on, but ultimately there's really like not too much you can do besides like waiting. And that is like a really hard part of pregnancy. The ending is like waiting. But if you are pregnant, like congratulations to you, and I really hope that your labor does start as soon as possible. This video like isn't just for surrogates, like it's for anybody who is pregnant. I do want to do like more of an in-depth video on like pineapple and surrogacy, because there is like a really big kind of thing between the pineapple and the transfer, and I sort of want to explain a little bit more about that. And then there is another video that I really want to come out with about the breast pumps that I'm going to be using during this exclusively pumping journey that I'm going to have after the surrogacy. But anyways, I just wanted to thank you guys all for being here, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.